also beefing up their commitment to this. So it's not just Tesla's world and not just this next gentleman's world, although he is giving Tesla a scare with some cars that are getting noticed and getting notoriety. Peter Rawlinson is the Lucid Motors CEO and Chief Technology Officer there. Peter, very good to have you back. Thank you for coming.
Good morning, Neil.
How are things looking on your front? Everyone seems to say that now that some of the big, the big companies, the establishment car companies are saying we're going this route too, that it's going to pressure guys like you and pressure even the Elon Musks. What do you say to them?
Well, they've been saying that for years, haven't they? There's going to be a big push from the traditional car companies that are going to pressurize Tesla. Tesla's years ahead of them. They're in a preeminent position. And only this week, Jaguar announced that they've cancelled their electric XJ program. Quickly, are they?
No, that's a very good point. Could I ask you this, though, Peter? Not everyone's on the same page or the standard that for these vehicles. I liken it. I'm old enough to remember the battle between Beta and VHS in the late 70s, early 80s, where they couldn't agree on a standard. And I'm wondering if that's the problem with proprietary technology for battery charging stations and the rest, that we could have a variety of formats out there. Where is that going?
Well, that's a very interesting point, Neil. We've partnered, Lucid Motors has partnered with Electrify America to access its 1,000-volt charging infrastructure, which is growing rapidly. And we're on the open standard, the CCS combo standard, which is the open standard for the USA. We share that with so many other automakers. And it's a very interesting point, actually, because I applaud Tesla for rolling out their fast charging network, their supercharge network. But in a sense, that is almost an isolated network because it's a 400-volt system, and we know that the cars of the future are going to be ultra-high voltage. Lucid Air behind me, and I'm here in our Beverly Hills studios, is launching. We're launching at over 900 volts. The next generation electric cars are going to be 800-900 volts. So, with a supercharge network from Tesla at 400 volts, it's going to be an interesting future.
Where are we on charging? It takes a long time to charge a typical battery, depending on the vehicle maker. I'm not quite sure yours. But if we sped that up, leaving aside the more mileage you get on a charge these days, that could be a big game changer as well, right?
Absolutely, and that's a function of many things. It's a function of cell chemistry, it's a function of the voltage architecture of the vehicle, but it's also, surprisingly, a function of miles I can go per kilowatt hour. Because what really matters to the customer is the speed in terms of how many miles of charge I can accrue for a given stop time, not the amount of energy that's going into the car. And because Lucid Air is extraordinarily efficient, we can get nearly 300 miles charge in 20 minutes, which is quite extraordinary. The other thing is we have an onboard charger for level 2 charging at home rated at 19.2 kilowatts. And that gives us close to 90 miles charge per hour at peak conditions at a home charging station. This is a game changer.
It is, to put it mildly. That's amazing, because that does open it up to a wider group of people who might be doubters right now. We'll see where all this goes. Peter, very good catching up with you. Peter Rawlinson, Lucid Motors CEO, Chief Technology Officer.